On June 24, 2013, tiny developers Silver Dollar Games released One Finger Death Punch, a fast-paced action beat-em-up featuring stick figure characters released in the indie section on the Xbox Live Marketplace. The game received positive feedback from critics and fans alike, with a re-release on PC in 2014 and then Android and iOS devices in 2015. Then on March 3rd, 2018, Silver Dollar Games posted on their Facebook page saying that the sequel is on its way, and after a year later, the game is now among us on Steam PC. But what sort of changes did Silver Dollar Games make to this one? Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be a waiter who will be going through some of the features the game has to offer. So without further ado, please be seated, and here are the toppings on One Finger Death Punch 2. There's no story, it's just you and your little stick figure against a horde of other stick figures who are desperate for a whooping from you. When you start the game up, you are presented with training mode that teach you the game's mechanics, and then you are dropped in a world map with levels that can be completed in any order you want. But they have the same objective: defeat all the enemies, and then the next set of levels are unlocked. However, they do mix up the objectives, like completing a set number of rounds with few amount of health, or you have to kill a set number of enemies with a certain weapon that is highlighted with a marker. And at the end of each level, you are given a 5-star rating for the few amount of misses you did. Aside from the main game, there's also a survival mode where you defend yourself as long as you can, and as you defeat enemies, your multiplier will increase. But if you do go down, then you can reset at the multiplier you reached at, which represent themselves as towers. Gauntlet is where you have one life to get through a grid to the end in any way you want. No look here, no, it's survival mode, but a cat will obscure your perspective. And then there's co-op, where you can switch with another player to regain lost health while he or she does the fighting for you. Plus, there are leaderboards that you can share online with friends or strangers, which include daily, weekly, monthly, or all-time high scores. And there is Twitch integration if you want to show your performance in real time live. If this feels like something out of a cheaply made fight video, then you are right. One Finger Death Punch 2 presents itself with stick figure characters with hand-drawn background environments and characters that will pop out at random, which runs at 60 frames per second. The soundtrack is a mixture of Tecmo and Japanese instruments that are composed by Jesse Valentine, Anthony Marikainen, and Saitama Seisayu. As for options, you can alter the volume for master, music, and sound effects, mute the announcer and sound in the background, and you can customize the stick fighter's skin color and even show their eyes and shadings. For PC settings, you can change the display from full screen to Windows, set graphic quality to high, medium, or low, and resolution go from 768 to 2560. Plus, there is a system setting to turn off blood effects, the shakiness of the camera, set the lock frame rate from 60 to 240, and many more that you can see on the screen. Now, if anyone had played the first game, then they'll probably know how the gameplay works, but those who don't, here's what you need to know. When you start a level, your character is in the middle, and you only have 2 buttons or keys to command, one for attacking enemies on the left and one for attacking enemies on the right. However, you can't move your character in real time. Instead, you have to wait until the enemies get close to the bar that is presented underneath them. Otherwise, if you miss or press too early, then you are exposed to enemy attacks for a few seconds, and you'll know how much health you got left at the top of the screen. While standard enemies will take 1 attack to go down, some will require more than 1 attacks, others will dodge your attack and you have to counter them at the opposite end of the screen. Some will have you pressing the right button or keys before they hit the ground, and in some points the bar will be locked and you have to press the right button or key when it started flashing again. You can use weapons just by pressing a button or key when there is one flashing on the ground, and these range from swords, staffs, and chainsaws that gives you a little more range, and there are throwing weapons like knives and shurikens that can hit anything in any direction. Oh, and there are also guns as well, like pistols and rifles that can take out one enemy, while the sniper rifle can take out a group of enemies in any direction. There are also power-ups to use like Earthquake to take out all enemies on the screen, and you can wield a selection of weapons until they run out of energy. And you'll know this with the charts that are presented underneath the bars that activate at random once they are full. As you keep defeating enemies, the game will speed up, which is indicated on the top left corner. But if you feel like the game is not fast or slow enough, then you can pause the game and alter the speed with the D-pad or keys. Here's what the game looks like at ×1. Yeah, it does go that slow. And here's what the game looks like at ×3. Yeah, totally insane. Finally, there are two types of tokens that you get from completing special levels. Skill tokens are used to increase the range of your attacks, add more ammo to long-range weapons, or increase the cooling time for power-ups that goes up to 3 stars, while revenge tokens are used when you are stuck on a level, and once activated, your attack range will increase slightly, and you will get regenerating health. The game will cost you £5.79 that requires 3 GB of storage, and it comes with 63 achievements. But if you are not convinced, and I can't blame you because of how the game looks, then you can download a demo that is free on Steam. Well, that's some of the features that I can tell you right now, but if there are some that I have missed, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me later, and I'll tell you what I think of One Finger Death Punch 2 in a Seconds Helpings video. And if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.